Hello everybody, and welcome to day 3 on the Smoky Mountain Railway. I think this is far enough in that I don't have to keep saying this is the new playthrough, but I'm going to say it probably like this is probably the last time. So this is the new playthrough of Railroader with a couple of new mods and the new game update. We're standing in front of 91, which we just bought last episode, and we're going to put it straight to work day, hauling the logs up the mountain and back down to the mill today. So let's get to it. So I have taken oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Okay, anyway, I've taken the contract with the sawmill, and all of these go to the sawmill except the first car. The first car goes to Ela. So I'm just going to actually go ahead, jump here, and go ahead and get all of these ready. And I think I told these to go to L2, right? Yes. Connolly L2. Copy those. So in order to get to L2, we need to go straight up that track, and then switch into that siding right there. So let's go ahead and get 91 on its way, and then we'll get 101 to do all the switching duties here and down in Ela today. Excuse me for a moment, sorry. Sorry, the pollen is really bad here where I'm at, so I'm probably going to have to do that a couple of times. But let's go ahead and get 91 moving forward. I'm going to bring the whistle down a little bit. I'm actually going to bring the whole engine down a little bit. It's pretty loud for me. I don't know how loud it is for you guys. Hopefully I didn't turn it down too much for you guys. Okay. Now let's see if we can actually get out of the locomotive. The only downfall of the different tender mods that I use is it sort of causes that weird issue where you can't get out of the engine. Okay, reverse at 15. Oh, I did connect them. Okay. For some reason I just thought I had not connected them. So again, this guy, the logging Mikado, doesn't have the greatest when it comes to speed, but it takes off quick and it's got a lot of torque, a lot of pulling power. So that's why it's so good, especially for the logging spurs. So we're gonna send that guy up, get that started. Okie doke. So 91 is on assignment. We're gonna run up here and just throw a fuse down. Okay, good. For some reason I had this really weird bad feeling that I didn't actually throw that switch. Okay, let's get backed up, which I think that the way we have this set up is probably switched. I mean, it's probably going to be our ideal way. Yeah, that's going to be our ideal way to do this. And I've yet to actually release any of these videos. I'm trying to get a fair number of them recorded up before I even start releasing them. Just so that I don't do what I did this previous time, where I just was like recording stuff, live streaming stuff, and then just all of a sudden disappeared. So that way, if I do go back on the road unexpectedly, there's plenty of backlogged recordings that I can just kind of set to release as time goes on. But anyway, what I was gonna say is, it's not like anybody could have noticed this yet, like from my point of view. So it's not like I could have seen comments or anything. I did smell Smokey wrong. There's a cool little Easter egg behind that. So if you're a Smoky Mountains area railroad buff, then you might know what that's about. You may not. There might not be anybody that knows that, but it'll be cool if anybody watches it and is interested to find out, doesn't know and is interested to find out. If you think you know the answer, leave it in the comment section down below. If you don't know the answer, I'll tell you in the next video. So, don't know if anybody will actually do that or not, but if somebody does that, it'll be interesting. Okie doke. Yard forward. And we've got to run down to the Ela house track as well, which of course that'll be probably a cut going all the way to Ela. Now, I didn't check to see what all we need to collect on the way back up. Okay, so the house track at Whittier is done. And neither of those are finished. Okay, so we've only got one car to bring back. So that shouldn't be too big of a thing. Okie doke. And I think what I'm going to do, actually, is just push this whole consist straight out. That way it should be a little simpler to get this car down to Ela. And since with this new series we haven't switched out the sawmill yet, I'm going to show that whole process. So this is probably going to be the longest video of the series so far. As I go along through this series, what I'll do is I'll just slowly show less and less of the same thing, like every episode. Because if I've already showed you me switching the sawmill out once, I doubt everybody wants to see it over and over and over and over again. I know I really don't. So, or I mean, I know I don't when I watch somebody else's videos. So, okay, let's run all the way down here. Disconnect the Ela house track box car. Reverse at, we'll reverse it full 15. I know 101 can handle going through the yard at that kind of speed. And then we're just going to switch that switch. And everything else is good for the time being. So it's really interesting so far with the new update. Even though it only added like hot boxes, pretty much, and a couple of UI changes, which I actually think were really good UI changes. I sort of like the new UI, and the fact that this thing right here now, this little pop-up says it's going to Whittier Sawmill C2. See, technically, I can run without having tab open all the time because I'm uh, kind of anal about wanting to know where everything's going at all times. So, being able just to be like, oh, this is going to C2, C3, C2, C3, you know, so on and so forth, SO1, SO2, you know, like that just for me makes my life so much better, sort of as a control freak type of person. We want that switch line, U line that way, U line that way. And we're going to run these guns just all the way up in here. I actually may run these gondolas actually up on this track if I can get them far enough to where I don't think I'm going to whack another gondola into it at some point, or wood chip hopper or whatever. Whatever comes my way. It says it's day 4. Okay. It's interesting. We've got to pay back $1,500 in 3 days, which now that we've got a mill contract running, I don't think is going to be that big of a deal. I think we'll be okay as far as that goes. Something I haven't done yet that I usually do like immediately right off the start though is this. So I'm actually going to take out another $1,000 of loan and actually order. Okay, we'll order it in a minute. Whoa, slow down. I don't know how these cars are gonna react. I haven't done this yet. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and order the first phase of the Ela Bridge construction as well. We might squeeze a car past this. We can squeeze a car past. We'll see. Because we not got a heck of a lot more track to go. Okay, let's go ahead and stop here. We'll see. 5 cars, yeah, that's all 5 of them. Cool. Okay, and I'm just gonna set this handbrake right here. Okay, reverse at 10. And then we'll slide this first run of boxcars in this siding. Yeah, I don't think there's any way we're getting a car past that. We might test that at some point. But it's not going to be right now. It's not going to be right now. Oh, wow. That was so close to being perfect. Okay. Apply the handbrake. Disconnect that. and then we'll just ride the locomotive back up to that boxcar. So, yeah, I'm gonna run that boxcar down to Ela. I'm gonna probably water and coal, but nah, it's got plenty. So I'm gonna grab that boxcar, run down to Ela, and I will see you all when I get there. Okay, we are nearly in Ela. And our track speed is now 20 miles an hour. Oops. So, because of the mod that just shoots you straight in to Ela, we're going to be able just to shoot straight in and back straight out. So there's not going to be much of a switching puzzle to be done here. But that's okay. Whoa, we need to slow down. That's a pretty hefty curve right there, especially at 15 miles an hour. That's okay, that gives us... I wish you could go out the door of the cab, but you can't. That also gives us time, Joe, just to try and get on to the boxcar. So yeah, by tomorrow morning, we'll have to come back and get those. Those may even be ready by later today. But we're not worrying about grabbing them right now. Aha. Okay, so 91 is in position. So its log cars are going to get loaded, or are going to start loading. Okie doke. Perfect. And reverse out of here at 10 miles an hour. Get me in the cab. Get me in the cab. Thank you. So we're gonna start back up the line to Whittier, and even though it was a really short segment, I will see you when we get there. Okay, we are rolling back into Whittier. So I've already got the switch lined. All we got to do is jump in, grab the car, and head back to the East Whittier yard. And once we do that, I'm going to go ahead and do another thing that probably needs to go ahead and be done just in preparation for when we need it. We're going to, before the end of this day, we are going to grab probably just a 35-foot wooden box car, probably. Just to make it cheap and simple, basically. Let's go ahead, go into yard mode. And we'll grab the car here. And I don't think that one's going to need to be took back in the morning. So we're actually going to have quite a train to bring back to East Whittier tomorrow. Plus probably anything that the sawmill fills up. So that's fine with me. Okie doke. Release the handbrake. Go ahead and do that. Let's pull her forward. Okay, you can go ahead and stop and reverse. We're actually going to reverse at 25 miles an hour to start with. I'm going to jump back up in the loco. Wait, I did flip that switch. Okay, well, I will see when we get back to the yard. We're going to buy a boxcar and get it sent off to get some repair parts, and then when the log train comes back down the mountain and everything, then I will catch you there and probably end the episode. Okay, I am about to buy a boxcar and get it set to get us some repair supplies, or repair parts rather. And so I did this in the last series and realized that I actually didn't show or explain to anyone how to do any of this. I've got like something like over 500 hours in the game now, so unfortunately I'm one of these people that when I have so much time in a game, in my head everybody else does too. But if we go to the purchase locomotive, you can go down. It's pretty low. It's down below passenger cars and everything. You can buy box cars, flat cars for logs, bulkhead cars. These are modded in, you know, gondolas, tank cars, whatever. You can buy anything that you are going to need to use, you can buy here. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy one 35-foot wooden box car. Here it is. Because of the equipment mod, we're going to have to go manually do that. Its bearings are 100% old, which is good. So what you want to do is click here, go to operations. You want to set it to unload at the East Whittier track, which it doesn't need to go there, but we're going to do that. And it is in position to be sent to the Atlantic Locomotive Works. So anyway, the repair track is right there. It's just inside this, and then this is an extension that the boxcar can sit on because of the East Whittier yard mod that I have. Otherwise you can't, so you actually have to like just very easily slide it to a buffer, which the buffer I think is usually right here. And so but what that enables you to do is because of the wear and tear update, which was the previous update, when you go to equipment, you can see condition 99%, overhaul is due in 2,476 miles, which, because I have put the locomotive through some harder use, it's actually needs repairing a little quicker than it otherwise would need to, by about a mile, which is okay. That's not a big deal. It can be irritating, but as long as you kind of as long as you don't abuse your locomotives or have a mod installed like I do, where if you forget to make sure that it is running, and you get wheel slip, that's going to take mileage off your locomotive. So yeah, so it's already set in position, and pretty much we're, like I said, we're pretty much done for today. Now all we have to do is wait for 91's log cars to get loaded, which I actually may just stay up here with the log cars and stay up here with you guys, and actually just fast forward time right now. So a really cool trick, if you don't want to just stand around, obviously, most people don't want to just stand around, we can stand right here and even watch it. So don't do what I do 90% of the time when I do this. You want to make sure you hit wait 1 hour. don't accidentally wait, or don't accidentally hit sleep, because that's going to start your next day. So, boom, everybody's loaded, so everybody is ready to return to the sawmill. That's a heck of a load of cars. The train is 572 tons. So all I'm going to do is just stick that in reverse. Engineer's going to blow the whistle. We're going to jump back inside the locomotive, sit down in our cozy, comfy chair here, and just begin the process of journeying back down the mountain. And I will see you when we get to the bottom of the mountain, everybody. Okay, we are getting ready to pull in with 91 into the East Whittier siding. So I'm gonna go ahead, jump up if I can. Oh, I left that open. Go ahead and jump up on the water tank here. So let's see. So as of right now, it wants 8 cars of logs per day. So that's running off of skeleton cars. So with that running off skeleton cars, each skeleton car can hold 3 logs. So, you know, that's 24 logs. And these big modded logging gondolas that I'm running can hold 12 logs apiece. So with that math, you only actually need 2 of those guys to do the job of 8 skeleton cars. But instead of doing what I normally do, which is sell off skeleton cars, I've actually decided I think I'm going to keep those, and that should actually keep us with a pretty decent surplus of logs each day. Or I hope it does anyway. And I'm going to kind of rely on that. Not going to lie, I'm going to kind of rely on it actually keeping us somewhat in a surplus of logs from time to time. And okay, everything's in and ready to start unloading. Perfect. Okie doke. Apply the handbrakes. And we're just going to leave 91 hooked up. I'm going to get everybody oiled up. Go ahead and have everybody ready to run tomorrow. Do whatever they need to do for tomorrow. Oh, that's right. I already got 101 moved up. Perfect. So, well, everybody, I think I'm going to leave off day 4 here. So, yeah, we will see you guys. Well, you know what? Let's do the outro. Let's actually do the outro. I think my number 2 camera's still attached to 91 over here. But, yeah, let's actually do the outro. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you enjoyed this episode, then do what all the other YouTubers ask you to do. And I hope to see you back next time. Peace out. Have a great one.